And now I'm stuck in the nether. Now I've got to jump off a high platform. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Odd Builds. Last episode, we finished up our villager trading hall, and we actually have a few villagers to load in. I think this is the most frustrating part, is trying to get the happy gas down here. Come on, get down here. I've got villagers to attach. Don't mind the lag. Get down here. All right, there we go. Now I just need to get on and fly that way. Thank you for flying Air Odd. Please keep your hands and feet inside the ride at all times. I ran off to sleep and the happy gas somehow disappeared. Where did it go? Okay, there you are. Where are the villagers? Where did they go? Like, they're in a boat. They could not have gotten far. You gotta be kidding me. Where did they go? They couldn't have despawned. He had to have dropped them, and they had to have, like, gotten caught somewhere.
Soon after.
You have got to be kidding me. I hopped into free cam just to see, and they somehow ended up on the roof. How does this happen? Okay, I don't even know how I'm going to get them down. I'm going to have to use scaffolding, I think, because the happy gas is not reliable enough. 10 out of 10 things I didn't know I was doing today. Getting villagers off the roof. I can just attach it to the boat, but I don't think that's going to happen. Let's see if I can at least hook this with... Okay, we're good. Can I pull them through somehow? Or is the lead gonna break? The lead's probably gonna break. Okay, they're moving. We're getting somewhere. There we are. Oh no. Okay, we're good. We're good. The lead broke, but we're getting somewhere. Loop that in. That didn't work either. Okay, we've gotten this far. They're on the edge there. So can I just pull them a little bit to the side? Have I mentioned that moving villagers is my least favorite thing? Come on, just a little bit off, guys. Oh gosh. There we go. Bye. There we go. All right. 2 villagers down. Now we just got to get them in their pens. These 2 villagers are going to be named after my 2 patrons, my friend Leaguer Gaming and the PvP Hobbyist. I don't know yet what professions they want their villagers to be, but we're just going to load them up into these first 2 pens, and I'll find that out later. So whenever they walk in, they should trigger those pressure plates, and then they should be trapped in, but I do need something back there to entice them. So I think we need to probably add some sort of workstation just temporarily that we can replace later. And just because I have them readily available, we're just going to use composters, and we can swap them out later if they'd like. We'll go boom and boom. Now we just need to get these guys in. So I'm just going to move them over a little bit. I don't want to activate this. Okay, that's not going to work. Can I push them? I cannot. I wish that the lead mechanics worked at a better distance, but that's okay. We're just going to trap them in then, and then they should go right in. So they should pathfind to the composters and then get stuck. Now, go. Oop, there goes one. Oh, man. Come on, go in. There we go. So this one we'll call Leaguer, and this one will be PvP. And there we go. Perfect. I think we're just going to leave the happy gas to fly around here because I'm tired of trying to get him down. But maybe we should get some snowballs so it's a little easier. But in order to do that, I got to find some snow. Towards the beginning of this world, I remember this giant ice biome, and I believe that is also snow. So that should work out in our favor. So I just got to get a little bit of snow so we can make some snow golems, and then we can get as much snow as we want. Question is, I don't know where to put it. All right, now that we have some snow, let's go ahead and make a few snow blocks. And I think just for ease of use and that this upper area of the librarian trading hall is not being used, we're going to go ahead and put a few golems up here. I forgot the pumpkins. There we go. And we should be able to just do this, put a pumpkin on top, and then boom. All right. And then we can just come up and get as much snowballs as we want. If you guys want to name this golem, let me know in the comments down below. Also, while on stream, we added a Twitch subscriber to our villager trading hall. But now that we have access to snowballs, we should be able to entice this guy to actually come on over. Oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hit you. There we go. Okay, perfect. Now we can use the snowballs so we can get easier access to him when we need him. But for now, let's head back to the village. So at the beginning of the video, you guys probably saw that I was breaking bedrock on the roof of the Nether. And that's because I want to put a frog light farm on the roof. And actually the method I used for breaking this was ridiculously cheap and super easy. I tested this out so many times in a separate world, and I wanted to make sure I could do it 3 times in a row successfully, and I did. The method I used was from Lazian Farms. I hope I said that name correctly. I'm going to link that video in the description down below so you can use it yourself. I love how simple it was and how cheap it was. But as for the farm that I want to put up here, I want to make it a cyberpunk style build. Cyberpunk is a style that I have never really gotten into, and recently I have been wanting to try it. I even tried it out on stream to start making a design that will go around this farm. So before I start going and looking for frogs and getting this farm built up, let me show you what I have in mind. So here we are over in my creative flat world where I do all of my concept builds. And this is the build that I am thinking of going around the frog light farm. So I started building this up on stream and really getting the framework in and talking with you guys and getting tips and tricks and looking off different concepts. And then I got the itch to continue doing this off camera, so I went ahead and came up with this. And I really do love the Japanese architecture that we can build in Minecraft, and I love the concept of combining it with futurism to make cyberpunk. So I've watched a lot of tutorials on how to make these kind of builds and took bits and pieces and concepts and created my own to get this. Let me know in the comments down below, how did I do for my first cyberpunk build? I think I did okay. There's definitely stuff that I want to improve on this, but I am really happy with it. And honestly, this build doesn't have a lot of stuff to it that I don't already have, minus the mangrove wood and some honey blocks. But the rest of this, I think we can pretty much get, except maybe the glazed terracotta, and I'm going to have to work on that. So I don't think we're going to be building up this build yet. I definitely want to make sure I have all the blocks for it, but we're going to definitely start getting this ready. And in order to do that, I need to get some frogs. Well, it wouldn't be one of my videos without it raining. But we ended up getting 4 frogs, which I think is going to be just fine, but I might take them on a little trip so we can actually get a couple different colors. So besides that, I need to get powdered snow. And to do that, I need to place a lot of cauldrons. Alright, powdered snow has been acquired. And while I was at it, I went ahead and gathered up a bunch of bee nests. and the new wildflowers. But now I think it's time that we get started on the frog light farm. And just like that, the frog light farm is done. I did have to make a bunch of buttons to prevent mob spawning because I kept having magma cubes down here and I ran out of buttons, so I used slabs. And this looks horrible. I hate this, but I will not be keeping it this way. I will be switching it to the actual outside for the build, but this will be a good temporary use so I can actually get some frog lights saved up. And it's actually working. But like I said, this is not the final completion. We're going to make an entire cyberpunk outside to this build. But to do that, I need to get a lot more materials, and that's going to require me to do some traveling and a montage of gathering stuff. So, cue the montage. There it is. There's my portal. I got lost. I've been running around for about an hour trying to find my way back to that portal because apparently when I take screenshots with FabriShot, which is the plugin or the mod that I use to get higher resolution images for thumbnails, yeah, it doesn't take coordinates from the F3 screen. So I've been just running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Oh, but it's finally there. I can finally get back to my base because now I've got mangrove wood and pale oak wood for this build, which I don't think I needed pale oak wood, but now I have it, so now I can use it.
1 minute and 7 seconds earlier!
And now I'm stuck in the nether because a creeper followed me in and blew up. Sadly, I was not recording it, but now I've got to jump off a high platform. Much better. I really wish I would have been recording it because you should have seen my face when that happened. Creeper was literally right here, and I was trying to get him to go this way, but for some reason he decided to go this way into the portal and blow up. Why did my portal move? At least I have a portal I can get back to. Let's get my stuff and fix this portal. Break that. Come back over here. Light this. And we should be able to go back to our normal portal. Perfect. Is it still connected is the question. There we go. Now I just need to block this out again, and we're good. Okay, since when can they spawn in diamond armor? I have never seen this before. Have I just been blind to everything? That was diamond armor, right? I've never seen a zombie spawn with diamond armor. Oh well, I must not be in the know-how like I think I am. Anyway, I am so close to being done with getting all the materials I need for this cyberpunk build, but I need to get a bunch of dye in order to get different terracotta and different stained glass. So I am currently collecting lapis so I can get blue dye. And I know there's a bunch down here from when I was coming down and collecting deep slate and stuff like that. I know I have a big stock up. I just want to make sure I have enough. Oh, thank you. The only thing I hate is that these mobs are literally just everywhere. But I'm taking them out with one shot for the most part. So we're good. We're almost done. I'm going to finish grabbing up these little bits of dye that I need. And I will see you on the nether roof. after 1 full week, including a week of gathering materials, I'm done. The Froglight farm is finished, and I am so happy with this. There are some little details that I did change going throughout because I did not have all of the blocks I needed. Like that should be deep slate walls instead of polished blackstone, but we won't talk about it. And we're also not going to talk about the back, because yeah, that's not done either. I'll probably finish that up on a live stream, but I do want to leave it open in the back in case there's something that I need to fix, like if I didn't spawn-proof everything, but I'm pretty sure I did. I went through and covered it in buttons and slabs and everything. But last time I checked, this was working really well. So I do need to get a few more frogs in there because some of them are just being taken out by the powdered snow, and the frogs are just kind of sitting there. So I think getting more frogs is going to help this, but I'll AFK a little bit and see what happens. But really quick, I want to show you guys what this looks like with shaders because Cyberpunk really stands out when you do use shaders. So let me kick into that really quick. And there we go. The Cyberpunk frog farm looks beautiful. I do think I need a little bit of light over here, even if it's just like lanterns or something, or maybe putting some frog lights behind this glass. And I can always change that up because I need to get different versions of frogs, like the cold frogs and stuff like that. Now all I have is the warm frogs, so I get the yellow lights that we have on the billboard, which is up there. I also just noticed I didn't do any of the warped wood writing on either of the billboards, so I do need to fix that. But other than that, I do think this turned out really good. Also, I don't have end rods, which I will fix eventually when I go to the end. I have not done that yet. I also had way more items than I thought I would need. I thought I went number by number and got everything we needed, but I overcompensated a little bit. And again, it's raining. But I had so much fun building this. I am extremely tired. It is very late when I'm recording this, so I can have this finished and get this edited for you guys. So I'm going to go to bed, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.